Good evening, everyone. Every week on a Monday, we try to bring something different for you. And we call it Monday Musings. For the simple reason that there could be many kinds of topics that we can touch, and many topics that touch us. At the same time, we keep bringing to you lessons from the learnings, not only from what our body teaches us, but starting a new chapter today, we also bring you learnings from what we learn from our students or what have students learned from Redikall. When I say from nothingness to fulfillment, what exactly does it mean? It means for a person who had no idea, no knowledge, no inclination to sort of be very investigative in the beginning, with Redikall, got inspired enough that in continuation, all the levels till level 5, from karma clearance to Redikall 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, she has been consistently with us. And it is fascinating having watched her journey of growth. I remember telling her one day that today I may be a mentor with you, but tomorrow it's possible that we will be students together learning something new. And that's exactly what happened. And I was so happy about it. This was level 5, Money and Maya, when it was in December. She was a student, I was a student. So for her to be so consistent and regular in learning, we'll find out from Barinder what prompted her to take this journey with Redikall. But first, let me tell you a little bit about her. Barinder, we know Redikall has transformed many lives. And because of that, Barinder also became a part of it. Barinder's life weaves a transformative journey of entrepreneurship and a profound spiritual exploration through Redikall. With a master's in food sciences and technology, a B.Ed degree, and a diploma in NIFT, her academic prowess is impressive. That means she's a seeker, she's a learner, and she's been following that path. As an army spouse, Barinder has been a teacher for over 15 years across diverse schools in the country, all army schools. She also headed a pre-primary institution and a state-level skills training center, earning 3 Army Wives Welfare Organization appreciation certificates for her excellence. Now, mind you, I have people in the Army background and I know these things don't come very easily. So it's her dedication and commitment that gets her there. Blessed with 2 sons, she now channels her creativity into a welfare organization while nurturing a passion for painting. Her transformation voyage into spirituality via Redikall unveils a narrative of growth, resilience, and the pursuit of a higher purpose. So today, as I said earlier, let's travel with Barinder to find out her journey from nothingness to fulfillment. Welcome, Barinder. I'm very
Thank you
happy
so
to have
much.
you with us. I know you have an eye problem right now, but I must say you're looking very cool with those glasses. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
so don't worry. And thank you, despite your problem in the eyes, you are still agreeing to be with us. Okay, so Barinder, very simple questions just to ask you that how did Redikall happen to you?
Thank you, Aarti ma'am, for being honored for such a lovely introduction, and thank you all the ladies for being there. Well, I used to think that I have a perfect life, spouse, a career, two sons. But then something always was lacking there. There was some void where I never used to feel completely and wholly happy. Then with the growing, as I had the career, so I was okay with everything. But with the growing age, somehow, a lot of anger used to come in, lot of nervousness, anxiety, and always in some emotional charged position.
Mm-hmm.
So, about 2 years back in July, and I was just going through this Facebook and I saw Aatmn ma'am where she mentioned that if you want to shift things from outside, things will not change. You have to change from inside. So that was very easy thing for me that, okay, if I work upon myself, if I shift myself from inside, I look within, things where I want to shift will automatically shift. So that was the initial thing which was very, which um, was very
Prompted you.
lucrative. Yeah,
Okay.
which
So you
so
started with karma clearance? How
I
did you start?
started with karma clearance and it was free for 15 days. That was again a add-on bonus. Okay, I'll do it and then just see to it that if I things are according to what I want, because I have seen doing other things, but my main purpose was to go into my thoughts and to somehow shift from inside. I had been doing meditations, path karti thi roz, but my mind always used to waver. It was never constant. Like
Mm-hmm.
my mind always used to waver when I used to sit for my meditation. These things, these thoughts of these past and future always used to come in my mind.
Okay.
So when I did karma clearance, then I realized, okay, this is what I want. I want to work upon myself. And
That's how
then
you joined.
then I joined Redikall. Then I somehow then I that at that time I was not working, so finances was an issue also. But again, somehow the money came and I joined the first level. From the first level, things went in such a way that within 2 years, I have completely shifted my mindset. My perceptions have changed
Right.
from
So
being
now I
emotionally charged to
yeah.
being neutral now.
Wow. But I'd like to go back a little. I mean, till karma clearance, it was okay because from level one, we know there's a charge attached to learning the curriculum. So that shift, at that time from karma clearance, having done it, and wanting to, was it a want or was it curiosity which drove you further
It
from
was
karma
actually,
clearance to one?
yes, at that time, Aatmn ma'am used to promptly answer. I had this, my mother-in-law was staying with me. And there was this, no, not a like relationship. You can understand. So at that time, Aatmn ma'am just gave me one line to affirm it, to write it every day, continuously for 21 days at least, 21 times at night. And that was, my mother-in-law is my soul's love.
Right.
And that line, I really wrote it very dedicatedly throughout.
Mhm.
Shifts were not there at that time, but I was somehow, I wanted that, okay, let me go ahead and see. Because I initially, I used to get more charged. When I used to write, my mother-in-law, um, she used to be more, that she wanted her own attention, that I should not keep on doing my own work. I should be with her. I should actually fight with her, get into all those games. But then I withdrew from those games. And then level one, I had much more clarity that these are the blame games. These are the games which I'm playing. And then with level two, and with the lucid readings only, with that manual of Redikall, things used to, मतलब उसी का जवाब आता था जो मैं I used to be in, what am I into this, why am I into this position, and the answers used to come. So
So
that
tell me,
prompted
at
me.
that time, when you used to get your answers at level two with lucid reading, or just opening the book on its own, um, did it fascinate you, or did you believe it, or did you think, what is happening here? Did any of these thoughts
I had
cross your mind?
total, because things were changing by that time. First,
Mm-hmm.
initially, it started with curiosity, because doubts also, fears also, everything, ki hoga, nahi hoga, kaise hoga, kya hoga. Then when the answers used to come, then I used to do with total belief. I used to believe in that, okay. And then with faith and dedication, persistence, I
So
then
here
went in.
I'll deviate a little. Would you say that this effort to give it your best and learn with total faith and dedication was coming from a space of you being a teacher and knowing कि homework करना है, or
No,
or
I was seeing the shifts.
yeah, so you
As
felt the shifts also,
yes,
and were
yes,
you in a mode of surrender when you were doing it, or there were a lot of resistances that you
lot
faced?
of blocks and lots of resistances. You know, I told that initially the emotional charges used to go up, like
Hmm.
coming in that space of neutrality. But from living in that space of emotional charges, which used to continue for days and months and years, and being in the depressive stage, now I started knowing the truth, like my perceptions of how I make things. So these reduced, like how Uma ma'am taught that, how Aatmn ma'am taught that from mm, how to use source love to come to that neutral space. So I used to understand and come back to the neutral space very quickly afterwards.
Hmm.
So that
Okay.
prompted me, okay, there's next step. And the curriculum has been beautifully articulated, beautifully made, so that from class 1 to class 2, 3, how we move along with it. So
Right.
lots of thanks to everyone, to Aatmn and the whole team for making this curriculum so beautifully.
Right. Now I'll ask you that could you take us through your journey, some experiences you can talk, examples that sort of really shifted in your space. With your mother-in-law, how are you today?
Yes. Um, so I'm thinking of writing a book also, From Hate
Okay.
to Love. Because I asked Ma'am, Aatmn ma'am, that like how can I love a person who doesn't love me, and how can I accept that also? She said it is the most difficult to love those people who hate you.
Hmm.
And if you cross that person, then things will be very easy for you. You just start accepting everything.
Mm-hmm.
So again, with full faith, I started working on
Mm-hmm.
everything which was coming in my space with my mother-in-law. I used to be very angry early when I used to cook. I used to be very angry because I used to see that she's sitting and watching TV. I'm doing the whole work day in and day out, and still listening to a lot of things from her. So, but as I started writing all these, I started accepting myself. I accepted my shadow self. So many feels, so many layers came off, how I was masking myself, how I was trying to be perfect in front of the whole community, not emoting out, thinking that suppression. I knew only how to suppress my emotions at that
Mm-hmm.
time. So with times, these emotions, when they came out and I worked upon them on so many emotions, um,
Mm-hmm.
automatically I could see changes in her, my mother-in-law.
Okay.
And if you ask me today, my relationship with her is much better than my husband's with her. You know, for
That's
money also,
wonderful.
she was always like, Mujhe de do. Now she gave me money. So that is a big shift, which I never thought that this could also happen with me.
So here I would take it a little more that uh, ultimately when you start believing, when you start surrendering, and when you start really letting go of all the beliefs and the thoughts and the emotions that are stored in our journey, it could also involve inner children, it could involve past life and many things, right?
Yes.
But if you really genuinely work towards it, it may take time. I think 2 years is hardly anything in terms of what a lifetime of experiences you had with her, right?
Yes.
So this was very satisfying, right?
Yes, and I realized that that irritation that was in me for her was also like uh, the childhood story of mine that
Okay.
was coming, that helplessness, that powerlessness, that was somewhere I had experienced in my childhood also. So
Okay.
working upon that also helped me.
Right. And so any other kind of examples, anything to do with finance or with career.
Finances again, as I'm telling you, like I was always working from a lack consciousness, thinking कि भाई पैसा बचा के रखना है, and I mean, yeah, though when we moved from one station to another, it was like buying everything, hoarding things, and or it was like don't spend money.
Mhm.
So when I started this course, money automatically came. I don't know how, from where. I used to feel small taking money from my closest of the relatives, but then I was like, okay, it's okay now, with the shift in my mindset. So that
Right.
ego was not coming in कि मैं छोटा फील कर रही हूँ या मुझे शेम होता है या किसी से पैसा लेते हो मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है. So these things shifted a
Right.
lot and finances automatically came for doing
So
this course also, and now I've enrolled myself for next level also, level 6 also.
yeah, I know. So so we'll say that you made peace with the money consciousness also.
Yes, I made peace with the money consciousness, my relationships with my children, my they like I always used to feel like my parents have done something, they also feel that I have done something. Like it is just thoda sa bol diya, talk diya, you know, I'm extra and ultra sensitive. So my
Right.
children are also the same way. But now, um, as I am healing, I'm working upon myself, I can see the change in them also. We can at least talk on emotions also. Earlier
Right.
it was like ठीक है खाना खाओ ये करो, बर्डन कितना होता था, मुझे खाना बनाना है, सब कुछ करना है, मतलब कहीं से मैं चूक ना जाऊं, मेरे से कोई गलती ना हो जाए. आई यूज्ड टू थिंक ऑन दोज लाइंस, बट देन
Right.
नाउ आई एम वर्किंग आउट ऑफ love, devotion, respect, and I'm seeing the change in them also.
Right. Right. So so with the children also, with your husband also, does he understand this course and this content that you have been learning? Was he okay with it? Because you were spending a lot of time online, you know, in the
uh,
mornings or maybe in the evenings or whatever. Was it okay for
yes.
him? Yeah.
uh,
So he
he only motivated me when he saw the shifts in me. He motivated me that okay, keep on doing, because he was on 2 years study leave, and staying in the same house for throughout the day. And then he used to go for his golf, and I used to go in my own meditations and recitations and everything. And he was okay with it. That because I'd left my job, he was okay. That okay, you just be with your own self and do whatever is best for you. So
right.
in a way, he supported me that way.
So in that way, we can say that your family has also embraced radical, not by learning it, but by whatever you may tell them to do. Are they okay with it? Or is it
They
still
are
only
okay
your
with
story?
they are okay with me doing it on myself, but
Right.
they are the next generation. So
Right.
they
No, of
are
course.
they have their own ways of life and living it life. So I have no problems with that also. Initially I used to think that listen to me, this is the story, this is the thing. Is now I'm also okay that it is their soul, they have to learn, I have to learn from my experiences, so I can't push anything. So
Wonderful.
accepting, embracing, surrendering, and living in peace and living in happiness
So,
each and every moment.
yeah,
Commit
but
me.
while you're saying all this, it sounds very easy, you know, embracing, accepting, living in peace. Must have
Yes.
been a lot of hard work, right?
A lot of hard work, and now also every day, it is not a very bed of roses. Life is not that. Things have to come. Like we human beings, if I say, they have come to have experiences. So you just can't expect everything to be very happy. But your change in your mindset can make you feel that things are easy.
Right, right. It is your acceptance of what is and what would be and what, you know, it means to be who you are, the
Yes.
authentic you. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's great, Barinder. Actually, tell me, in what ways, in through this whole learning, this 2 year, 2.5 year journey, have you been supported by the radical team and
Yes.
who in overcoming your challenges? How have you been supported? Can you give examples,
Yeah,
including your mentor, your teacher, Aatmn, open house, anything, whatever you'd like to talk about. And maybe an example here and there.
So, when we were in Kolkata, presently we are in Ambala. So, 2 years back we were in Kolkata, and I had joined this course, and I learned that Aatmn ma'am is coming to Kolkata.
Right.
And that बच्चों की तरह feeling आता है ना, खुशी होती है that I'm meeting my guru. That time I like now also the same feelings, but it was and on seeing her, on meeting her, that aura, that belongingness was there.
Mm.
So even in the whole team, I can say that you can talk to them anything, anytime. You're not being judged. That is the most positive thing, that they don't, like if I talk to my any colleague or to my husband, at least there will be something where they will be saying, no, you correct this and that and do this. But over here, there is always that family belongingness.
Right.
And the whole team from Aatmn ma'am, where I can WhatsApp to her anytime about anything, and I get a response within a few minutes or within a day or within a few days, or even if she doesn't respond, I know that now there's something where I have to work again upon myself and I'm repeating something, right? Then from you being my mentor, you have always been my great support. Then Uma ma'am is there, Mamta ma'am, Carol ma'am, Sheetal ma'am, Varsha, everybody, Varsha ma'am, they have supported me. I can join open house. I remember those days when I used to join open house at 6 o'clock in the morning also, when Mamta ma'am online. And because that was a time when nobody used to be awake. And I was like, okay, now this is my problem. Please help me out. And they used to do like immensely, they used to help me. So
Right.
that support has, today also I feel it is always there.
Okay. Okay. So on a personal level, I know you've given some experiences and examples. Can you give some examples how Radical impacted your relationships, your body image, your career,
Yeah.
your financial aspects, all this? I mean, generally, if you can give for new students who come in, it will be important and nice to know that how did it help you or how did you work around it?
Um, I have been teaching for more than 15 years, off and on, wherever my husband used to get posted. And with times, there were a lot of aches and pains which had developed in my body. I used to go to the doctor and do every sort of a test, x-rays, whatever they used to say, but nothing used to come out. But I used to face the pains all the time, small body pains, knee pain, back pain, every pain, lower back pain. Matlab, you name a thing. Even you have watched me in Soul Meta Plays, how I get triggered and how my body just responds to all those. So, when I realized that these are all my emotions, like in the body talk, in the app where you teach us, where you give us that you can work upon yourself, seeing this body talk, this is the problem, this pain, the emotional charge which you have suppressed in your body, the grief, my eye used to water all the time, the grief which you have stored, you just work upon them, and then you see the changes. So, in the period of 2 years, the aches and pains, they have reduced like the way they used to be. I never could sit down for more than 5 minutes. I used to have a lot of pains in my legs. Now I can sit down for at least 1 hour. Of course, in between I take some relaxation, but at least I can sit down for on the ground for an hour.
Hmm.
And then these changes, the emotional blocks which have been cleared, then I also have started doing yoga. Earlier, I used to be in yoga, yeah, those procrastinations, that laziness, कि होना तो है नहीं कुछ क्या फायदा करने का. But now that energy which has come, that no, I have seen those changes in my body, and this is helping me. This is clearing me. I have to get up and do it. So
Wow.
that change is immense. My body, I see my body responding, and that is motivating me
Hmm. Hmm.
in every day, every moment.
So, when you say body responses, I mean, do you sense it? Okay, my body is trying to tell me something. Let me listen to it.
Yes, I
Yeah,
do say so. Earlier
excellent.
also, but then I was not aware. Like my body was telling me through these pains that take care, this is the time, work upon this. You have developed lots of perceptions, or your sensitivity is there. Last I had pains over here
Hmm.
about 2 years back. I
Hmm.
I used to play badminton, but then the
Hmm.
pain started over here, and then I was like, okay, now this is also the pain which I have to suffer. And when I learned that it is all about my vulnerability and my work upon that, they do pain, but not that much. He will hard time the Mirena, and then in the depressive mood all the time.
Right.
So that encouragement and inspiration which has come from inside, seeing my body reacting to my what I'm saying and what I'm doing and what my body is saying, I'm listening to that, and me loving my own body. Initially, I used to see in the mirror all my flaws. But now I see myself as a divine being.
Absolutely. Bravo.
Whatever is there is his. He has given me, and he is the only one who is doing everything. So
I'm
that
sure all the people who are listening in can hear the love, passion, and emotion in her voice of sheer happiness. And that is what I would ask. My next question will be to her, to you, Barinder. Could you share how you feel about being part of the radical community?
it's beautiful. The journey has been like, the book, the manual. That is my Bible. And that the change from being the very emotionally charged person and having all those negative vibes, because I used to, whatever I used to think used to manifest, but everything used to be in a negative way. कि मैंने सोचा कि ऐसा होगा, और for example, I was giving a PPT. I remember once I was giving a presentation on a very large scale, and I thought कि मुझे second plan रखना पड़ेगा अगर खराब हो गया. Lot of that anxiety before that whole presentation and everything. And the generator, we had kept two generators. एक जनरेटर खराब हुआ, दूसरा भी हो गया,
Hmm.
because I was thinking कि ऐसा हो जाएगा, और वो हो रहा था.
Hmm.
So now I look back कि मतलब वो सब नेगेटिव में मैनिफेस्ट हो रहा था. तो now with Redikall, now I'm seeing those positive shifts also.
Right, right.
So
So,
Redikall is a school, a big school, and I think everybody should join it.
yeah, it's a beautiful pool of consciousness which is embracing and accepting of all that come into it. I agree with you on that. So now, do you feel radical can be a boon to society, community? Any
Definitely,
steps in that direction?
definitely. Like uh, in the welfare organizations, in the hospitals, when you go out and you see that with the patients, there are so many relatives. Like I
Mm.
recently went and my Masiji was in the hospital. So the relatives are always anxious, and the vulnerable thing over there, that kya hoga. So if we work upon just to help over there with those relatives of the patients, or in the old age homes, or in the clubs, I think every person needs it. For me, because I'm really connected with the ladies part, doing lots of welfare for them, and I see that they're facing challenges being in the forces every day. There are a lot many challenges, and being alone with very less support. You can ask for support, but we can also help at some level. But if
Yeah.
this self-help, this transformation, just loving your own self, transcending and being peaceful at wherever you are, wherever the husband is, wherever the children are, not thinking about the adversities. Instead of that, if we just they focus, if we help them to focus on their well-being, on their self-healing techniques, I think it will be wonderful. The society needs this at this time. If I
I'm sure
can
you're
heal, everybody can heal.
I'm sure you're taking steps in that direction within the army community also. I'm
Right.
very proud of it and congratulations on that. But yes, Watching you today, speaking so much, Barinder, is so satisfying for me. Seeing you from day one, when you would hardly open your mouth and utter two words. And you were always very skeptical about everything when we talked in the beginning. But seeing you today completely in command, control, so much happiness in your voice, so much love in your voice. And sadly, your eyes were not participating with us directly today. But as I said, with these glasses, you're looking like a cool dude. And, but despite your being unwell, I'm grateful to you that you participated in this. And thank you
No,
so much.
I'm thankful to you for giving me this honor, because I remember when you called and I was like, again, nervous, that though subconscious, programming, वो nervousness वाला, anxiety वाला, कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, but within few minutes and then an hour, I said, no, हो जाएगा, वो
Exactly.
करवाएगा.
Exactly. Now I leave it open to the audience if anybody wants to ask Barinder anything, any kind of question. Anyone? Anybody? There is one in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Right. So no questions for Barinder.
I
Apurva,
have
you
a
can
question.
unmute.
I have a question.
Yes, Bhuvna.
So how many levels have you done, Barinder?
Yes, I have, within 2 years, things managed by Babaji. I've done all the 5 courses and I've enrolled for the 6th course also.
So
And
you're in level 6. Okay.
She
But
will be
within
doing level 6 now, whenever it starts.
Okay. So what was level 5 and level 6? I know it's a secret, but
Level
still.
6 we don't know. Level 5 is money and Maya.
Okay, money and Maya. Okay.
Yeah. You've done till level 4, Bhuvna?
No, I did level 3 and I repeated level 3 again. I did it twice.
Okay.
So I was ready for level 4, but something stopped me, and I knew then my father passed away. So that I got to know that that's why that stopped me from doing level 4.
Okay. Whenever it has to happen, it will happen in your space.
Yeah.
Barinder
Yes.
can vouch for it, right?
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Just be open to it. Be open to all the opportunities and possibilities. Everything will happen at the right time.
Yeah. Thank you. I get that. Yeah.
Great.
Can I,
Anybody else?
can I ask Karthi?
Yeah, sure, Umaji.
Yeah, I've only done one of it, one go to level 1 and 2. So I wanted to do level 2. Can you explain me? I mean, I don't know, I've forgotten or what. I really don't know how to go about it, really. But I'm keen to go further.
Uh, Umaji, you will have to contact Shazia for that.
Okay.
I will, I don't know if I have your number, but
I have the number.
right. So
I'll
please,
speak to her. I'll
yeah,
speak to her maybe day after, and I'll ask her.
yeah, please ask her whenever the level 2 is starting, and how much is the price,
Yes.
etc.
Okay, I'll do that. And
Yeah.
tell me one thing, I have bought the book, Redikall book on Kindle, but मुझे वो मजा नहीं आ रहा उसमें. Should I buy one? Because
Yes, you can buy it online on Amazon. It's available there.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or you
oh,
can ask Shazia also. She can tell you the books can be sold, I think, by us also now
yeah,
directly. Courier
yeah,
to her. So you
yeah.
can transfer the money to her and the book will come to you. Okay?
A book is better than a Kindle edition, I feel.
Yeah, it's up to individual. Some people like to do it on Kindle. Some like to do it, with a book in the hand.
Tell me one thing, uh, what is that called? Missing that. Chakra. जो चक्रास आते हैं
Level 2 में आएगा.
वो लेवल 2 में आएगा.
Sorry, level 1 part 2. And level 2 में सारे chakras आएंगे, 250 minor chakras.
So that is a separate thing.
That's in level 2. Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can ask Shazia whenever the next level is happening, and you can
Yeah.
join.
I
Okay.
can join it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Anybody else? Any questions from Barinder? Not from me. Okay.
Can
So
I
thank
ask a
you.
question?
Yeah, who's this?
Apurva.
Bye.
Yes, Apurva.
Barinder ji, I wanted to ask you that till level 3, you do it, and level 4, you do it by invitation. So
Yes.
when you got the invitation to do level 4, how did it make you feel?
I was very pleased. You know, वही school वाला जैसे होता है कि it was a pleasure, and things automatically happened, I must say.
And the best thing is, for level 4, her husband brought her personally to the site. It was an on-site program, all the way from Calcutta to Pushkar.
Since he was on leave, so he had nothing else to do. So we
That's
came
not the
together.
You were in the classroom the whole day, but that's not the
Yes,
point.
yes.
The point is, he brought you all the way from Calcutta to Pushkar for level 4, and that's where you and I met for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was remembering all those since we had a love marriage. So being busy with the whole family throughout the day and throughout these years, I think we were missing that lonely time. So that was the best part.
Right.
So
And the program is all about relationships, so it worked very beautifully, Apurva. It was worth it.
worth it.
I mean,
And
for her, I was one of the facilitators there, but yeah, it was worth it. It was great.
Wow, amazing to know that.
Yeah. Any other questions? I don't think so. Okay. So thank you so much,
thank you
Barinder,
so
for
much, Shanti ma'am,
being
for
to
inviting me.
participate, and wish you all the best in our continued journey,
Thank
and
you.
all the best with whatever you wish to achieve for yourself.
Thank you, and wishing each and every member in this room, the participants, the same. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Barinder. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone. Thank you, everyone, for participating.
Mm.
See you on Wednesday.